Now in the previous video we left off with having uploaded our flowplayer folder and our demonstration video to Amazon, and we've also set permissions. Now we need to do the hard part. And don't worry, it's not really all that hard. But we do have to just kind of be careful with it because we're editing an HTML file. And if you leave off a little comma or quote or something, it can be pretty unforgiving. So we just need to be careful with it. So what I'm going to do is switch back over to, remember my folder here where I had unzipped the download file. We want to double click into load to your hosting. Now this needs to be done with the text editor. Don't use Composer because or InView because they sometimes can delete script references and things for some reason. Also don't use Word because it won't save cleanly. We want to use a text editor. So you can use Dreamweaver or Excite Pro if you know how. Just go to their source code view and make the changes. But what I'm going to do is right click on the file and I'm going to choose Open With, and I'm going to choose Notepad because that's the easiest, simplest way to edit. There are 3 things that you must edit, and I've identified all those with this little line of stars. And what they are references to flowplayer files. Obviously you've got to tell your HTML page where to go grab the flowplayer files. You've also got, there are 2 of those, and you've also got to tell it where your video is located. Now, in this case, all 3 of those are on Amazon, so we're going to have to go to Amazon and get that information. It's really easy. Again, mainly you just got to be careful not to take something out of the HTML. The other thing that you might need to change here, you probably will need to change, is you see where it says width and height? You will probably need to change that as you create different size videos. This is already set to the proper width and height for the demo video. And before we go grab our file information from Amazon, let me show you quickly how to find some information on a video file. This is demo.mp4. It's a video file. If you didn't know the dimensions, the width and height, I'm going to show you how you can get them. This will depend on your version of Windows, but for the most part you should be able to see this. What you want to do is right click on it and choose Properties. Then come over to Details, and you can see under Details, under Video, we have frame width and frame height, 640 by 434. 640 width, 434 height. So if I come back over to my HTML, you'll see I have width of 640, height of 434. So that's easy enough to do. Let's go grab the file information that we need from Amazon. First, when it says change this to your flowplayer min.js URL, let me show you what that means. You want to double click into the flowplayer folder, and you see that this file, there's a file called flowplayer and it's the version number .min.js. We're going to right click on that, and then select copy URL to clipboard. Come back over here to the HTML. You want to click and drag to highlight that section, and then you want to do paste. So what we have done is we've taken that little placeholder note, really is all it was, and we've replaced that with the full URL to our flowplayer JavaScript file is what this is. So that's the first of them. We have 2 more to go. We have another flowplayer one, and then we have our video. Let's go ahead and do the next flowplayer one because we're already in the flowplayer folder. Change this to your flowplayer SWF URL. So if we come back over here and we find flowplayer SWF, this is the one we want. We actually want the larger the file. We don't want the controls. We want the one that just says flowplayer and a version and SWF. Again, right click, copy URL to clipboard, go back to your HTML file, left click and drag, and again be careful not to drag over those quotes. Right click, paste. So in that action we've removed the old note and we've pasted in the actual URL to this file. The last thing we need to get is our video file URL. Change this to your video file URL. So once again we're back to S3. I need to go find my video file, so I'm going to click up one level. There's my video file. Again, right click, copy URL to clipboard, go back to my HTML, click and drag, and again it's this line that says href. You need to be sure and keep in the quotes. And we want to paste. So there's the location. So our updates are done, our width and height are fine. Just click on File, Save. And now just come over here and click the X to get out of that. So we're all done with our editing. We have our files up on Amazon S3. We're done editing our HTML. All that's left is to upload that file, the HTML file, to our hosting account. And I'm going to pause the video and come right back with that. Okay, I'm back with you, and I'm going to use one of Chris's sites to upload this demo HTML file. And I'm already logged into cPanel. You can upload this file with FTP if you would like. For one file, I just usually use cPanel. So I'm logged into cPanel. You can use File Manager to do this if you want to. I'm used to the legacy File Manager. I just find it easier and faster. But if you want to use this one, you're perfectly welcome to do that. So I'm clicking on Legacy File Manager, and I'm going to click on Upload Files. I'm going to browse, and I actually need to go to find this folder. So let me flowplayer demo and load to your hosting. So I'm going to double click on Load to your hosting. And remember, this is the file that we edited a while ago where we added the information from Amazon. So I want to upload that. And so I just said OK, and I'm going to say upload. Now, we can actually find that file listed here in the cPanel, and we can then click on the URL of that file. And when it comes up, it should be ready to play a video. Now, I have a flash blocker plugin installed to Firefox, so that's why you're seeing this. And video is flash, so obviously the flash blocker is blocking it. But normally you won't see it, and those who have the flash blocker plugin know what to do. What you do is just click. There, hopefully you'll see this video. I'm not sure if you will. Remember, I forgot to call your attention to something, but there's a note in the HTML file. Let's just go back and look at it real quick. And under Load to your hosting, if I edit this file, and again right click, open with Notepad, right here there's a note, and it says if this video is set up so that the visitor must click on the play button in order to play it. If you want to change that so that the video plays automatically, then just come down here and change autoplay to true. See where it says autoplay false and then a comma? Just change it to autoplay true, comma. And there's a note right here on how to do that. But let me go back over. Normally, if you don't have a flash blocker plugin installed, this is what your visitors are going to see. And it says, you even see the play button there because it says autoplay equals false. But when I click on this, hopefully you'll see it. And again, it's just a quick 10-second video, and that's it. That's all it does. But I wanted to keep the file size small for the demonstration purposes. Anyway, that's it. Hope this was helpful to you, and thanks for watching.